如果你問世界上喺股市中最賺錢嘅人呢，相信大多數人都會答巴菲特。但如果你問喺邊個係股市裏邊最神秘嘅人呢？呢個人一定係 James Simons。佢神秘嘅原因並唔係因為佢能夠喺2018年從股市裏邊用1年嘅時間賺到接近120億港幣嘅純利潤，而係佢所採用嘅投資方法係非常之神秘嘅。佢基金旗下所有嘅員工冇一個係有金融同埋經濟學歷嘅背景，相反，佢嘅員工都係嚟自唔同範疇嘅科學家，上至天文，下至地理。總之，你諗唔到嘅範疇嘅專家呢，都有可能喺佢基金中出現嘅。雖然佢嘅公司嘅員工都係嚟自唔同嘅範疇，但係佢哋必須有一個嘅共通點，就係相信數據。James Simons 認為，所有睇落同股市冇關聯嘅數據呢，絕有可能同股市係有極大嘅關係嘅。而我哋正常人係唔能夠用常理去理解。大家好，我係 Better Trading。喺呢條片裏邊呢，我哋將會一齊研究一下，究竟佢點樣利用同股市睇落冇關嘅數據呢，配合電腦程式嚟令到佢可以喺過去20年成為全球最賺錢嘅對沖基金經理嘅。喺了解佢嘅方法之前呢，我哋必須首先要了解究竟 James Simons 係一個咩人？點解佢會諗到用一啲咁奇怪嘅投資方法？點解佢又會進入股市呢？原來佢進入股市之前，佢係一名著名嘅數學家。當時佢對數學已經有一個非常獨特嘅見解，而佢嘅見解好大可能就係佢採用一啲奇怪嘅投資方法嘅主要原因。不如我哋一齊睇下呢條影片，了解一下佢對數學有啲乜嘢理解，點解會令到佢有好多奇怪嘅諗法呢？
Somehow you come up with a mathematical theory, not knowing any physics, discover 2 decades later that it's being applied to profoundly describe the actual physical world.
Yeah.
How can that happen?
God knows. Yeah, but there was a famous physicist named Wigner, and he wrote an essay on the unreasonable effectiveness of mathematics. So somehow this mathematics, which is rooted in the real world in some sense, we learn to count and measure, that's kind of, everyone would do that. And then it flourishes on its own. But so often it comes back to save the day. General relativity is an example. Minkowski had this geometry, and Einstein realized, hey, it's the very thing in which I can cast general relativity. So you never know. And so it is a mystery. It is a mystery.
你會睇到佢係一個對物理完全無知嘅人，但係佢所發明嘅數學理論竟然能夠成為其中最廣泛應用喺解釋物理世界嘅方法啊！從呢一件事可以觀察得到呢， James Simons 明白到數學嘅用途啊係可以非常之廣泛嘅，同時數學係可以成為一種方式去解釋一啲複雜嘅現象。大家可能有所不知， James 喺大學畢業之後呢，就成為咗美國國家安全局簡稱 NSA 嘅密碼破解專家。呢啲經歷同埋經驗令到佢對點樣運用數學呢個問題產生一個極大嘅興趣，亦正正就係因為呢一種思維令到佢開始萌生一種諗法，就係究竟數學能唔能夠應用喺股市中呢？令到佢喺股市裏邊賺到金錢呢？因此佢就去開始研究股市啦。不如我哋又睇一睇呢條影片，講述佢啱啱進入股市時嘅心態，同埋佢所運用交易嘅方法係啲乜嘢呢？
I was frustrated with work, so I thought I'm going to go into business and be a trader, and I did. I did do that, and I started doing some trading, and that was working okay. I got some investors. I brought in a guy from IDA. He was the best cryptanalyst in the world. He was a wonderful model maker and so on. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of the Baum-Welsh algorithm or the EM algorithm. Anyway, it's a famous algorithm in statistics. He was the Baum of Baum-Welsh, so he was a very smart guy. And I said, I'm looking at these commodity charts. Actually, it was currencies that we were trading, and they seem to have some shape to them. They don't look random to me. So maybe we could make some models. And he said, okay. But it turned out, and we did. We made a model, and it looked like it was going to be okay and to trade. But we were doing fundamental trading, and he hated the model building. He said, but he loved the fundamental trading. He loved reading the newspapers and reading the tickers and the news tickers and getting ideas. And it turned out he was, for a while, very, very good. So we put the models aside for a while, and we traded, and we did very well. We did very well, but it was a gut-wrenching experience. It's one day you walk in and you think you're a genius. Oh, my positions are in my way. Look, and the next day you walk in and they're against you, and you feel you're a dope. How could I have done what I did, and so on. There was no rhyme or reason. It was just you put your finger in the air and you try to sense which way the wind is blowing. I'll tell you one story to illustrate the craziness. So it was a time when gold was going up. Gold had been you couldn't buy or sell gold, and finally you could, and the price was rising, and it was rising, and we had a deal where Lenny Baum and I, where we'd each have our own account. I was the boss, but we each had our own account, and in our own account, in fact, we both bought gold. We're supposed to be independent, but we both liked gold. The gold was going up. It started at $200 and $300 and $400, $500. It got to $500, which by today's standards would be like $1,500 or $1,800. And I said, this is a very high price. I'm getting out, and I sold my half. But Lenny, I think you should. No, you don't know how high this is going to go. You can't. This is going to go very, very high. I said, okay. So he stayed. It was $600. It was $700. It was $800. It got to $800. That day, I happened to be talking to a friend of mine on the phone who was a stockbroker. And in fact, he was my stockbroker. And I said, how are things, Dick? And he said, oh, well, they're fine. This morning, my wife, Lucy, came into my closet and cleaned out all of my old tie clasps and cufflinks, and went downtown to sell them. They were gold. They were gold, see? I said, well, you having a hard time in your family? Why is she, so your wife said, oh, he says, she's a jeweler. I said, yes, I know that. So he said, so she only has to stand in the short line. I said, what do you mean, the short line? He says, don't you know that people are lining up and standing for hours selling their gold? I said, no, I didn't know that. Thank you very much. We had a phone in those days. If you picked it up, it was a different phone. If you picked it up, you went right to the floor of the commodity exchange. And I got Lenny in the office, and I put the phone up to his ear, and I said, Lenny, sell the gold. In fact, and he said, no. I said, Lenny, I'm the boss. Sell the blankety blank gold. I was more emphatic than that. He said, all right. So he sold the gold. Maybe it was $810. Oh, he was mad. And the next day, we came in, and it opened at $830. And he said, I told you. By the end of that day, it had dropped 25%. It was down to $600, all in one day. And it never, of course, went back up. So that is an example of common sense and very good luck. Good luck. If I hadn't called my stockbroker the day I did, Lenny would have held on to that gold. It went back to 200 after a while. We would have ridden it all the way down, I think. And so it was just plain luck that I had. But it was at least common sense that I thought, if everyone in the world is trying to sell their gold, how long can it be going up? There is such a thing as supply and demand.
你會睇到喺佢投資事業嘅初期呢，雖然佢運用咗大量嘅數據去分析股市，亦建立咗一套系統呢去做交易，但係竟然佢係用真錢交易嘅時候啊，並冇用到佢所研究嘅系統，反而係用佢自己嘅直覺去做交易啊！唔知道你有冇覺得似曾相識呢？就係當我哋賺錢嘅時候，會覺得自己係好聰明啦，但係當你輸錢嘅時候，就會覺得自己係非常之愚蠢嘅。 其實從 James Simon 呢次嘅經驗呢，其實可以學得到，贏同輸只係一個過程，而唔係一個終結。當你將情緒依附喺價格嘅波動上邊呢，你最終只會失敗。即使你好似阿 James Simon 好好彩咁賺到錢，亦都好似佢所講咁樣，呢啲都係運氣嚟嘅啫。所以如果我哋想從股市中獲利嘅話呢，必須要有一個系統嘅方法嚟投資先得嘅。咁樣我哋先至能夠喺長期喺股市裏邊獲得勝利啊！嗱，當 James Simons 有咗一定嘅投資經驗之後呢，佢成立咗一間對沖基金公司，叫做文藝復興科技公司。佢最令人驚訝嘅地方並唔在於佢賺咗幾多錢啊，而係佢可以用一個極低嘅風險呢嚟獲取一個極大嘅回報。而佢真係有提到佢係點樣做到嘅。嗱，不如我哋又睇下呢條影片裏邊，佢係究竟點樣做到呢一樣嘢啊
I was in my late 30s. I had a little money. I started trading, and it went very well. I made quite a lot of money with pure luck. I mean, I think it was pure luck. It certainly wasn't mathematical modeling. But in looking at the data, after a while, I realized, hey, looks like there's some structure here. And I hired a few mathematicians, and we started trying to make some models. Just the kind of thing we did back at IDA. You design an algorithm, you test it out on a computer, does it work, doesn't it work, and so on.
So can we take a look at this? Because I mean, here's a typical graph of some commodity or whatever. I mean, I look at that and I say that's just a random up and down walk, maybe a slight upward trend over that whole period of time. How on earth could you look at that and see something that wasn't just random?
It turns out in the old days, and this is kind of a graph from the old days, commodities or currencies had a tendency to trend. Not necessarily the very light trend you see here, but trending in periods. And if you decided, okay, I'm going to predict today by the average move in the past 20 days, there's 20 days, maybe that would be a good prediction and I'd make some money. And in fact, years ago, such a system would work. Not beautifully, but it would work. So you'd make money, you'd lose money, you'd make money, but this is a year's worth of days, and you'd make a little money during that period. But it was a very vestigial system.
So you would test a bunch of different sort of lengths of trends and time and see whether, for example, a 10-day trend or a 15-day trend was predictive of what happened next?
Sure. You would try all those things and see what worked best. But the trend following would have been great in the 60s, and it was sort of okay in the 70s. By the 80s, it wasn't such a
It didn't, because everyone could see
other
that.
people did.
So what happened? So how did you stay ahead of the pack then?
Well, we stayed ahead of the pack by finding other approaches and shorter-term approaches to some extent. But the real thing was to gather a tremendous amount of data. And we had to get it by hand in the early days. We went down to the Federal Reserve and copied interest rate histories and stuff like that because it didn't exist on computers. We got a lot of data and very smart people. And that was the key. I didn't really know how to hire people to do fundamental trading. I had hired a few. Some made money, some didn't make money. I couldn't make a business out of that. But I did know how to hire scientists, because I have some taste in that department. And so that's what we did. And gradually these models got better and better and better and better.
I mean, I think you're credited with doing something remarkable at Renaissance, which is building this culture or this group of people who weren't just hired guns who could be lured away by money. Their motivation was doing exciting mathematics and science.
Well, I hope that might be true, but some of it was money.
They made a lot of money.
I can't say that no one came because of the money. I think a lot of them came because of the money, but they also came because it would be fun.
What role did machine learning play in all this?
Well, in a certain sense, what we did was machine learning. You look at a lot of data and you try to simulate different predictive schemes until you get better and better at it. It doesn't necessarily feed back on itself the way we did things, but it worked. And
so these different predictive schemes can be really quite wild, quite unexpected. I mean, you look at everything, right? You look at weather, length of dresses, political opinion.
Length of dresses we didn't try, but
what sort of things?
Well, everything. I mean, everything is grist for the mill except hem lengths. I have to say, weather, annual reports, monthly, quarterly reports, the historic data itself, volumes, you name it, whatever there is. We take in terabytes of data a day and store it away and massage it and get it ready for analysis. And you're looking for anomalies. You're looking for, like you said, the efficient market hypothesis.
But any one anomaly might be just a random thing. So is the secret here to just look at multiple strange anomalies and see when they align?
Well, any one anomaly might be a random thing. However, if you have enough data, you can tell that it's not. So you can see an anomaly that's persisted for a sufficiently long time so that the probability of it being random is not high. But these things fade after a while. Anomalies can get washed out, so you have to keep on top of the business.
唔知道你睇完呢條影片之後咧，有啲乜嘢啟發？嗱，有幾點咧，我認為係非常之值得咧，我哋去留意同埋去學習嘅。第一樣嘢咧，就係數據分析。嗱 ，James Simon 喺最早期嘅時候咧，電腦仲未普及嘅時候咧，佢已經用到人手去收集大量嘅數據去分析股市。嗱，你會睇到行動係勝於一切嘅。點解佢到咗今日仍然要去收集大量嘅數據咧？因為佢非常清楚識得分析數據對投資有一個極大嘅優勢啊！而且佢相信當有足夠嘅數據量嘅時候咧，你就知道好多股市上面嘅真相。而我認為，如果我哋真係想喺股市裏邊賺錢嘅話咧，呢一個係我哋應該有嘅態度嚟㗎。第二就係管理人才，投資嘅關鍵就係分散風險。大部分人做程式交易嘅時候咧，普遍做法都係建立更加多嘅交易策略嚟交易唔同嘅商品，令到自己嘅風險係可以降低得到。但我認為 James Simon 喺應用呢一個理念嘅時候咧，非常之聰明。嗱，佢聘請咗唔同嘅範疇嘅科學家啦，利用佢哋唔同嘅專業角度，收集大量同股市睇落冇關嘅數據，鼓勵員工去進行大量嘅數據分析。透過唔同範疇嘅科學家所建立嘅一個系統咧，令到佢嘅系統可以有更加多元化嘅交易模式，繼而令到佢嘅基金可以長期處於優勢，用最低嘅風險嚟賺最多嘅錢。嗱，雖然我同你都唔了解 James Simon 嗰種交易方法啦，但係事實上我哋係唔需要知道佢嘅方法咧都能夠賺到錢嘅。只要跟隨投資嘅成功關鍵咧，亦即係分散風險嘅原理咧，你就可以用屬於你自己嘅方式嚟做到相同嘅效果或者係結果啦。第三就係保持警覺。嗱，影片最後 James Simon 提到咧，雖然數據分析喺股市裏邊係一個賺錢嘅基礎嚟㗎，但係透過數據分析出嚟嘅結果咧，亦都有可能係一個煙幕。所用嘅交易方法亦都有機會隨時間而失效。嗱，對於大部分嘅投資者嚟講咧，呢一個係佢哋嘅弱點，因為我哋嘅人性咧係自以為是嘅。當我哋相信某一件事嘅時候咧，就會偏向去揾一啲對自己有利嘅資訊同埋證據去證明自己係啱嘅。嗱，當有一啲嘅數據同自己所相信係有違背嘅時候咧，就會置之不理。嗱，呢啲例子相信我哋喺生活中咧都經常見得到嘅。所以對自己所相信嘅嘢咧，一定要保持高度嘅警覺性，係非常之重要嘅。只要一次嘅錯誤，一次嘅貪念，後果係可以好嚴重嘅。雖然我哋只係睇咗幾段關於 James Simon 嘅影片，但係已經可以睇得到佢對投資嘅思維咧，其實都係跟隨緊一個原則，就係程式交易啦。嗱，當然我哋同佢當然係冇得相比啦。但係現實中，我哋的確係可以透過一啲簡單嘅方法嚟利用程式交易嚟賺錢嘅。嗱，如果你對程式交易係有興趣，亦都想知道作為一個普通人嚟講咧，擁有本金30萬港幣之下咧，到底點樣做先至可以賺到300萬嘅回報呢？嗱，你可以 click 入下面 description 嗰個連結咧，我有一個1個鐘嘅程式交易嘅入門教學，係完全免費嘅。嗱，你可以喺短短1個鐘裏邊就可以完全了解所有關於程式交易賺錢嘅關鍵。只要簡單運用呢一個技巧咧，你就可以令到你嘅財富有大幅增長嘅機會。 希望到時係可以見到你啦。再見，拜拜。